Hello everyone. So they say life is a journey, right? So when you hear the word journey, the convention is to think that there is a point A, the point of origin, and there is a point B, the point of destination. Now how do you measure success? Very simple. Whether you reach the point B or not. But here what Picasso wants to say is that when you begin with an idea, the idea somehow in the journey tends to change, and with it, it changes you. So when you start your journey, you may not reach point B, you reach someplace else. Now this someplace else is not the point B where you wanted to go when you began your journey, but that someplace else is where you are right now. And that, my friends, does not necessarily mean a bad thing or a failure. Now take for example Columbus. He started off his journey to find a new route to India. Instead, what did he do? He found Caribbean islands. Now was that a failure? No, it wasn't a failure. But that's how we have been groomed up, we have been wired up to think that we are only successful if we reach the point B. We have to begin with the end in our mind. We should not rest until we reach our destination. But this doesn't always happen. I'll talk about my life's journey like Columbus. I studied here at Birla High School, and in my school days, my whole aim of student life was every day to do as many mischief as possible, break as many school laws as possible. I was true to my name, Paresh Rawal, as you know, the notorious villain or the famous comedian, however you see him. And often my name was in my principal's blacklist. I was the usual suspect. So whenever something went wrong in school, the first thing principal did was, hey, let's call this guy. So he knew either he has done it or he must be knowing who has done it. So those were my school days. When I came here college, I studied here in Bhawanipur College, I had exactly opposite inclinations. I wanted to find out the deeper meanings of life. I wanted to know what is the purpose of life? Where is the true happiness? Is there something like a God? So with these questions, with these queries, at the age of 21, when I finished my graduation, when most of us pursue our career, I embarked on a very different journey, on a spiritual journey. And I became a monk. Yes, a monk in literal sense. Because when I say I was a monk, people don't understand what I mean. I renounced everything. I left the world and went to a very remote location to find out the hidden secrets of life. I studied Sanskrit to read the so-called holy and sacred text and understand the deeper meanings. I went to places like Haridwar and remote locations. And this gave me an opportunity to understand and observe life from a very close quarter. And then, in my spiritual journey, my understanding of organized religion and spirituality changed. Or I would rather say it evolved. And with it, it evolved me. It changed me. Now with this new understanding of life, of one's own self, I somehow came to the conclusion that I do not want to continue as a monk. Now imagine at the age of 33, after 12 years as a monk, I was at the juncture where I had to make a decision. That should I change the route right now or not? I met many people who were walking with me on the same path, who also wanted to change their path, take a new road, but they had this fear. The fear that they might fail in the new path, or the fear that people might criticize them for failing in this existing journey. However, I went with my passion and by my faith in myself, the most original things that made me walk on this path. With those things, I decided to come back, and I came back. And when I came back, according to the world, what happened? I was a failure. Why? I had failed to reach the point B. And when I came back, trust me, I had nothing with me. And when I say nothing, I don't just mean money. I had no identity of myself. I didn't have a single government ID to prove that my name was Paresh Rawal. I had this Aadhaar card with the old name, which obviously eventually I managed to get changed. But I had nothing. So my new journey began with the struggle of finding my identity back. I went to my old school, I came here to college to get my academic certificates. Even went to a local counselor. He gave me one recognition letter, yes, your name is this and this and this. So with all those things in place, I eventually managed to get this, a PAN card. It must be looking very insignificant to you. What's that big deal in a PAN card? But for me, it meant a world. When I got my PAN card, it was such an exhilarating moment. I called everyone, hey, I got my PAN card, I got this. I was calling everyone. I was like, yeah, so what? But for me, it meant a great deal. Imagine how cut off I was with the world when I came back. People told me, I came to know that my own sister had got married and she had a son. They told me, hey, this is your nephew Markan, and I did not know about him. My childhood friends, they had their kids of their own. I felt so misplaced, and I did not know how to fit in, how to gel in. And all these things made me question my decision. Did I do the right thing of coming back? Shouldn't I have stayed there? But then something within me told me, no, you have done the right thing. Keep on moving. And then in my new journey, I realized that yes, I was back. Yes, I was back. But I was not back on the square one. In fact, I had seen various squares of life, and my friends, life is a circle, it's not square. So I had not reached point B, but I reached point C, right? And it is like I found my Caribbean islands. So I realized that in my previous journey, I got answers to my queries. Yes, the outcome was not the same. The answers were not the same which I had expected to be. But the answers and the queries which I had, they were answered. So with this new experience of life, that which I got from my previous life and these new answers, I embarked my new journey. Like the Gryffindor sword, this sword takes in whatever makes you stronger. All these experiences were now an unalienable part of me. So with these new experiences and understanding of life, I started my new journey. I started my career with the help of my childhood friend Ritesh as a recruitment specialist. Now imagine my first job was to give other people job. It was such a feel-good factor. Yes, I'm giving other people job. But then each and every day, I was observing and learning new technologies. You know, when I opened my bank account, with the help of that PAN card I had, I opened a bank account and they gave me this ATM card. Trust me, I had no clue what to do with an ATM card. Because when I left the world 2002, the digitalization was still under process, and after that I had no reason to use ATM card. So still, instead of cribbing about the new technology, how the things work, how will I fit in, I started learning it, observing the new technology. And let me fast forward a bit and tell you that last year I got married to my wife, and I met my wife Bernadette on an online dating app. So yeah, so online dating app also had point C's and D's and E's. So that journey also had C's and D's and E's, but let's not talk about it right now. Yes. So then I learned the new technology instead of cribbing about it, and I started my new journey. Now imagine, when I came, I saw that everyone around me is somehow settled. You know, settled in their social life, in their family life, in their career life, and I wasn't. Now you can imagine the immense social and peer pressure that you have to settle down. Life may settle hona, they say, settle ho jao. So I too wanted to settle down to prove the world that yes, I had not failed. I was in complete control of my life. So kind of prove the world I wanted to settle down. So I was settling down in my job life and everything was moving fine. Then one fine day, again, I had this shower idea, Okay, let's start a new venture. Let's quit the job and let's do something unique. Now again, I was at the juncture of life where I had to make a decision. That should I quit this life and start a new one? Or should I keep on pursuing the road I was? Now I had no compulsion this time to embark on a new journey. On the contrary, I had all the standard reasoning to stay on the path I was walking in my safe job styles life. But it might sound crazy to you. I did quit my job and started a new online venture with my cousin Arun, and we started the new online venture. And we did online shows. This was our dreams that we can provide an online platform and people can come and meet their celebrities online. So we started doing these shows because the faith, my point was that the faith we had to keep on moving, the faith as in the land of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. So we should remember his quotation that he told that faith is a bird which starts singing even before the dawn. So there are many people say that bird is very optimistic. It's like, yeah, the dawn is going to come. Many pessimistic people might say, okay, do not count your chickens before the eggs are hatched. But to my understanding, the bird is neither optimistic or pessimistic. What I understand is bird has already seen the dawn. And that is the reason it is singing. Then it becomes immaterial for the bird whether other people see that dawn or not. The bird has already seen the dawn. So with that faith, we moved on. And then we reached to a point where we had to make a decision. The decision of leaving the city of joy, the city where I had all the support system, all my friends, my families, and go to a city of dreams, the Mumbai, the unknown place where I had no support system. But we took the leap of faith and we went to Mumbai to pursue our dream, to pursue quit my job, pursue my new startup. So we reached Mumbai with this new idea, the new point B of my life now. Let's do this online startup. And then nothing went according to the plan. And we faced so many hardships, which I bet most of the startups today face. I remember times when I was sitting at Andheri station with limited financial and support system. What to do? But we kept on doing things, we kept on moving. Then we did a couple of online shows, and then we did a talk show. And in this talk show, we named it Unearth. Unearth in Hindi, we say unearth ho gaya, and unearth, to excavate. So we named this show Unearth, and the topic of discussion was the psychology of the rapist. We wanted to go and find out the root reason why people rape and find out the solution at a root level. We had a great panel of speakers, and that motivated us to keep on going, keep on doing things like this. The show was a success, though not a financial one, but what it gave me, it was a success because it gave me the clarity. I found out what is giving me the driving, what is giving me satisfaction, what is giving me happiness. Solving social problems, doing something for the society. That is what was driving me. So we did this show. I also became a part of an NGO which runs a school in a very remote location in Odisha. So when I go there, when these less privileged kids get education and I see the smile on their face, that's given me satisfaction. So I kept on doing this thing, and after Unearth, in Mumbai we came up with another idea. We wanted to solve the problems in Mumbai city, and Mumbai city is very different, and it's a completely different ball game if you want to understand its mobility thing. So Mumbai suburban local system, or lifeline as they call it, local trains as we call it, it's a completely different thing. So we tried to understand what is happening in Mumbai suburban system and try to find out some solution to it. So we came up with this idea of suffer in Hindi, like doing journey, and suffering. So why did we have this word? Because let me give you in a brief that what is Mumbai suburban system, transportation system and local trains. 8 million people travel every day in local trains, every single day. 80 lakh people, more than 3,000 services in a day, and sadly, 10 deaths per day. So this motivated me, inspired me to do something about it. Now we are living in the city of Mumbai, we should do something about it. So then I had focus group discussions, and we started to talk to people, and then we came across to some idea how to solve it. And with working on this idea, a public policy think tank approached me to work on it. And under the able guidance of Mr. Vivek Sahai, who is former chairman Railway Board, of an organization which employs, he was the topmost person of that organization which employs more than 1 million people. So under his guidance, we started to work on this idea, And that from the idea it evolved that we ended up making an entire timetable for the day, Mumbai suburban system, something which we had never envisaged. Though this timetable has not been implemented yet, but the making of it, the doing of it gave us a lot of satisfaction. So to sum it up all, I would like to say that it's been quite a journey, quite a suffer up till now. So what the bottom line is that reaching point B is not the measurement of success. Point C will eventually become your new point B. The journey is important. The faith in yourself is important. Ideas will keep changing, and with it, it will change you, it will evolve you. And these changes, when you connect the dots backward, as Steve Jobs says, will all make sense. These experiences are very important in your life. And at the end of the day, you should not have regrets. This is very important. I do not have regrets in my life. The regret I see many people have of not choosing their career, not choosing their life partner, not doing the things they have to do. I chose my life, I chose my career, I travel to places where I want to. At the end of the day, you should not be full of regrets. You should be content. Many people ask me that you were a monk, so you have some secret mantra or what? I don't have any secret mantra, let me tell you. But this quotation does inspire me. Never fear starting, fear never starting. I hope it inspires you too.